Automotive-inspired watches are nothing new. Tag Heuer, as an example, has been doing Formula One watches since 1971. But recently, quite a few micro brands have been dipping their toes into the sports or racing or Formula One-inspired watches. The one I have here is the latest model from Marloe Watches, the Motorsport 25. Part of their new Motorsport collection, there are two models. This 25 with a green and yellow color scheme, and a 105 done in black and red. Both are 41mm watches based on the Coniston collection, using the Miyota 8N24 automatic movement, which is gold-plated and easily seen through the exhibition caseback. A double dome sapphire is covering a multi-layer gauge-inspired dial. It's got 100 meters of water resistance, and as usual with Marloe, you can get it with almost any style of strap you can think of. Pricing starts at $470 and goes up depending on your strap choice, and I'm going to discuss everything about it in this video, so let's get to it. So the Motorsport is using the Coniston, which I probably am mispronouncing, case. So it's the Coniston case, a model they have been selling for a few years, but this is an all-new dial and handset, but everything else is pretty much the same. The same case, the bezel, the crown, and even the same gold-plated Miyota movement. Interestingly enough, when I was taking a look at their website to compare it to the Coniston, they do have a track day model with the Gulf colors. So this is not the first time they made a race-inspired version of this watch, but that one has a much more traditional dial. This dial is modeled after a race car gauge, and that is what is unique here. This is a multi-layer stadium dial, and I love the look. The cutout section Marloe refers to as a luminous moat. The hands are baton hands, but the base of them definitely looks right out of a classic race car, and those arcing lines represent red line, inspired by the tack of an Alfa Romeo 105 coupe. And yes, it's all fun and gimmick, much like the Zelos I reviewed recently, but it's still easy to read the time at a glance, yet it's sporty and fun looking. And if you love cars or are into racing, well, it's even more fun, I'm sure. The green and yellow colors come from the Scottish Formula One car, and I do like the colors, probably because they were my high school colors. Well, green and gold, but close enough. Obviously, beyond the racing, they are also Green Bay Packers colors, and the green and yellow are just not typical watch dial colors combined like this, so that's fun to see here. And how's it look in the dark? Well, absolutely phenomenal. Marloe did a great job with the lume. I loved that lume moat, as they call it. And not only is it bright and easy to read in the dark, but it's well coated, no patchy areas of lume, and I found it to last around 4 to 5 hours before completely fading, which I think is more than sufficient for a watch such as this. What kind of watch is this, by the way? Well, when taking a look at the case, it's hard to tell. That knurled bezel says it's a rugged piece, but then pretty much every part of the case is all high polished, and rugged and high polished really don't go well together, at least not in my experience, yet somehow it all works. Let's face it, this is not really a daily watch. It's not a diver, it's not a field watch. This is a fun piece for the weekends or your track day, or a just because type of watch. I love the case lines to it though. As usual, Marloe makes a watch that stands out, and this is no different. And even though the teacup shaped crown, or maybe you have a better name for this style of crown, if you do, please post it in the comments, it doesn't screw down, but the Motorsport lineup is 100 meters water resistant. Now, I would have preferred a screw down crown, but I always want one, and many aren't as picky as I am, especially for non-dive watches. Around the back, we can see that Miyota movement, and I have seen some comments on socials from people wishing it was the 9000 series instead of the 8000 series used. I can appreciate that. I do prefer the 9000 series movements myself, but this one is at least hacking like a lot of the newer 8000 series movements, and honestly, I haven't really noticed one issue with this watch. The only real difference is going to be accuracy, as this one is -20 to +40 seconds a day, where a Miyota 9039 as an example would be -10 to +30. Realistically, neither are going to be that great for accuracy unless they're regulated more before assembly, but the 9039 will have a smoother sweep just due to that BPH. All that said, Any more novelty, non-daily piece like this, and the price being under $500, I'm okay with it. I kind of like how it's gold-plated. If for nothing else, then it's just not a plain silver movement like we see in so many watches. Now, this one was sent to me on a green ridge silicone strap. Silicone is not my favorite for rubber straps. In fact, I generally avoid them. But the good news is they do have leather straps, nylon straps, a metal bracelet, and another rubber strap called the Aurora Green Rubber, which it seems to be a natural or FKM rubber. Now, as far as this silicone one, it's fine for what it is. It doesn't feel like one of those cheap $10 silicone straps, and it fits fine on my 7.5-inch or 19.05 centimeter wrist. And in general, I like the way the watch looks and feels on my wrist. So this Motorsport watch is another cool piece from Marloe, even if for me, it would be more of an occasional watch as opposed to a daily wear piece, though there would be nothing wrong with wearing this daily. It's just, it wouldn't be for me. As usual, though, it's a different looking type of watch, which is what I have always found endearing of Marloe watches. There are so many brands and models that look similar these days, so many of the Chinese factory watches that copy other popular watches, micro or mainstream, and yet these Marloe watches all have a DNA of their own without being ugly or over the top, at least in my opinion. Anyways, I hope I gave you a good look at this Marloe Motorsport 25, and if you have any comments or questions, post away in the comment section. Of course, hit that like button, make sure you are subscribed, and you have notifications turned on. Links to the Marloe website and a written review will be in the description, so make sure to check those out if you are interested in seeing more. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.